Hey guys, this is Neon, this is Clownfish Gaming, and this is gaming news on Clownfish Gaming. We're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 allegedly launching this September. And oopsie doopsie, it came from a leak, according to an AI company's press release. So we're going to talk about this. We've been talking about the Switch 2, a lot of rumors around the Switch 2 that it was going to be a $400 system. The games were going to be $70. It was just going to be a slight upgrade from the original Switch, which is what I'm kind of expecting, honestly. But now we have a date, September 2024, just in time for the holidays, just like we said would happen. They're not going to announce a new Switch right before Christmas 2023 because, you know, we want Grandma to buy a Switch 1 for Timmy this year. And if everybody knows a new Switch is coming out in 9 months, they're not gonna buy a Switch 1. They're gonna wait. Especially if it's, you know, got backwards compatibility, which I can almost guarantee it will. I hope it does because I have a bunch of Switch games. So let's talk about this. Oopsie doopsie. Oopsie doopsie, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. Follow us wherever you found this episode at, and check out the channel for more gaming videos, gameplay videos, all kinds of gaming related stuff. This is coming from Game Informer. Game Informer. Switch 2 allegedly launches this September, according to an AI company's press release. And they're talking about how hungry people are for news on the Switch 2. Thanks to digital trends, we might have an answer to when the Switch 2 comes out. And it came from a rather odd place. Back in the day, GameShark remember GameShark? They were known for making cheat code cartridges in video games. You could plug it in your system, download the cheat codes. Yeah, I remember that. And use them to become the master of the games on the N64, PlayStation, or Game Boy. Yeah, you could cheat. However, in recent years, the company has decided to take a turn in the direction of the company renamed AI Shark. So wait, this is GameShark is AI Shark. Man, everybody's, at least it's not NFT Shark. AI Shark. It's a software agnostic program designed to provide personalized hints and assistance that keep up with fast-paced competitive gaming. What? What does any of this have to do with the Switch 2? I want to know. It's all in one sentence at the end of the first paragraph of their press release. The official launch is planned to coincide with the Nintendo Switch 2 in September 2024. Whoops. Whoops. I don't think they were supposed to let that one slip out because Nintendo would want to be the ones who, you know, broadcasted the release date probably during their next direct, which I think is next month. I want to say it's next month. To be clear, Nintendo has offered no official confirmation that this is an accurate launch window. And there are myriad reasons to doubt the validity of the claim. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier reports that AI Shark is simply guessing at the Switch console's release date. Regardless, it's an odd statement to make in an official press release. Maybe it was written by AI. And it doesn't know what it's talking about. It'll be very interesting to see Nintendo's response, assuming it issues one. I don't think they will. I think they'll just ignore it. And they'll just ignore it, and they'll have their next direct, and then they will announce the successor to the Switch, which could be the Switch 2, the Switch Pro, the Swish. Yeah, call it the Swish. The Swish. But you call it the Switch 2 Plus Ultra. We could call it the Super Switch. I like Super Switch. Yeah, we call it the Super Switch. All right, so going out to IGN, they've got a lot of the same information on it, but they said that there were some companies that were briefed on it. They said they've gathered a number of details about the rumored console, which analysts have been predicting would launch this year. We did a video on that talking about, you know, what the specs are rumored to be and all that. These were rumors that Nintendo was demoing the console to partners behind closed doors at last year's Gamescom. I'm sure they were, because again, these consoles don't pop up overnight, and you want to have games at launch or near launch. You know, the N64 had like 2 games? Was it like Mario 64 and Pilot Wings, I think, were the only 2 games they had at launch? Like, you don't want to wait. You want to have more games than that when you launch the console. And it takes a long time to make these games. Nintendo briefed Activision on a Switch successor in late 2022, which I think came out in court with Bobby Kotick. I think it came out in court that they were briefed on it. Nintendo did not respond to IGN's request for comment. Of course not. And again, they're talking about Jason Schreier said that they've reported receiving statements from Altec Lansing that seem conflictingly to double down on the fall 2024 date and also claim the date is guesswork. What's likely happening here is that Altec Lansing was, in fact, making an educated guess on the day of the Switch's release based on internal industry conversations as well as analyst models. Whatever the case, we have to wait for Nintendo's official word. I think they're going to have to make an announcement pretty soon. I think that if they don't, they run the risk of not selling a lot of Switches this year anyway. I think this was last year, 2020, last year, like 2 weeks ago. Last year was the last viable year, I think, for the Switch 1. I think everybody knows the Switch 2 is coming. And the longer they wait to announce it, people are not going to buy a Switch. They'll just be like, well, I'll just pay a little bit more and get a Steam Deck, and I can play a lot more games than I could on the Switch, and I'll just wait for a Switch 2. Or I'm just not going to buy a console this year. I'm just going to wait. And that's what's going to happen because everybody knows it's coming. They're not going to buy a Switch if the Switch 1 or the Switch 2 is coming out in 6 months or whatever. That would be stupid. So yeah, Nintendo, if they want to get people pumped for it and they want to get pre-orders and they're going to have to make an announcement pretty quick. Like, yeah, we're working on this thing. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming out this fall. Yeah, you can buy it for Christmas. That's what they got to do. Because at this point, Steam Deck is absolutely going to eat their lunch. They're getting cheaper and cheaper and better. And it's probably their biggest competitor now. Obviously, Sony's not really in the handheld market anymore. They got their thing, whatever the heck that was called, with the PS5 that you can stream. Was it Stream Deck or whatever? You can stream the games, and it's getting really bad reviews. So they're kind of out of it, but they're gonna have to do something. And I know Nintendo doesn't like to unveil new hardware until they've gotten every last freaking drop, every last drop of blood out of the stones. That's Nintendo, and that's how they were even back in the day. Like, kids in Japan are playing the Super Nintendo, the Super Famicom, and they're like, oh, there's no 16-bit system. We don't know what you're talking about. 16 bits, who needs that? We got 8 bits. 8 bits are where it's at. They're developing the N64, and they're all like, you don't need no stupid PlayStation. You don't need no 32 bits. We got Donkey Kong Country. You're good, fam. You don't need that freaking CD-ROM. Yeah, you don't need that. I remember they were sending out flyers, like at mailers and stuff for Donkey Kong Country, and I got one because I was a subscriber to Nintendo Power, because like every kid was. And they're like, Sony's lying to you. Bits don't matter. Look at Donkey Kong Country. It's way better than anything Sony's going to put out. Don't look behind the curtain, kids. Drink your Ovaltine. That was Nintendo, and that's how they still are today. Oh, yeah, Switch is fine. It's totally fine. You were able to run Hogwarts Legacy on it, right? Yeah, so what do you need a Steam Deck for? We don't need a Switch 2. That's nonsense. We're all going to be playing our Switches for the next 10 years. There's no need to upgrade the hardware at all. Yeah, until it's time to upgrade. They're like, oh, we're running out of money. Okay, new console. Here it is. Boom. Mario and Zelda game. There it is. Boom. And you're all going to buy it. Everybody's going to buy it. They're going to be fighting over it. It's going to be really interesting stuff, guys. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe. Please follow us. Give us a like, a comment, whatever. Please support us. We'll talk to you guys later.